Bea Sides, how you doing this afternoon? Hope you're doing well. I love that name, by the way. So, hey, I just saw that nutty guy, Robert Z, did a response to your contest that you have running that is to show your records or show a record that has cool packaging. Thought that was a fun idea, and I had not heard of your channel or you, so I went over and subscribed and watched some of your videos, and I've been enjoying them this afternoon. It has been snowing all day here in Texas, Fort Worth, so I got to leave work early and slide home and just been kind of goofing around and playing on YouTube and the internets. And so, anyway, yeah, I saw your contest, thought it was a fun, cool thing. I'm going to show uh, several things that have cool packaging, but I picked out three things to show. Going to try to go through this pretty quick. I know I've shown two of these before. I don't know if I've shown this one. I'm going to start with a CD item, and the other two are vinyl. So, first up, Love is the Song We Sing. This is a CD set. This is San Francisco Nuggets 1966 to 1970. Sort of a companion. I don't know officially, but it's sort of a companion to the Nuggets set, the Garage Rock great box sets, and the double albums that came out before that, way back in the 70s, and then turned into a couple of CD box sets later on. And they had Nuggets Volume 1, and I think they had Nuggets over in focused on England and Europe, the ones outside of America, and a Nuggets thing that was just on the California rock scene of the 60s. This, of course, is the Hyde-Ashbury Summer of Love psychedelic 60s, especially the 67 era, but it goes 66 to 1970. Great set. You got, I don't know if this ever came out on vinyl, and I don't think it did, but I got this a few years ago. I don't know if you can see that, but there are 4 CDs in there. I will pull one out. It's not that exciting. It's a CD, and we've all seen those before. And so I'm going to go back in, so let me set that there. But it's a book, and some really great pictures in here. This is the, you open the book here, and this is Quicksilver Messenger Service, The Grateful Dead, Big Brother and the Holding Company, Jefferson Airplane, the Charlatans, I'm sorry, at Golden Gate Park in 1966. So you got the book, you've got 2 or 3 little introductory notes, or introductions on the whole Summer of Love San Francisco scene. And I'm not going to run through the whole book, but after those introductions, you get, I don't know, 20, 30 pages of just pictures of the various bands that are represented in this 4 CD set. Some really good pictures of, there is the Tikis, that world famous band that we all know and love, that I never heard of. There's Soft with Camel. And of course you've got the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin. You've got Jefferson Airplane, the more known people. So you got all the great pictures there. There's a good picture of Santana from, I don't know if it says, I don't know, from the 60s. Thinking 67, 68. So you got that, and you've got, after all the pictures, you get into a track-by-track commentary on each one of the tracks and the bands, and it tells who played on them and information about how the song came to be, etc. And so it's a great set because you've got the usual suspects in here. You've got Jefferson Airplane, the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin. There's a Sly and the Family Stone song in here. There it is, Underdog. Quicksilver Messenger Service. So you got the Country Joe and the Fish. You got the people we all know and associate with the San Francisco Summer of Love sound. You've got a bunch of other bands though. Butch Engel and the Sticks, People, Public Nuisance, The Savage Resurrection, 50-Foot Hose. Sounds dirty. So yeah, you got a lot of known bands and a lot of not so known bands, but really top to bottom, just a great set. There's a lot of great nuggets in here that I was not familiar with before I got this set, and some songs in here that are just every bit as good as the best of the Jefferson Airplane and those other bands. So it's an incredible set, and every ranges from kind of garage rock to psychedelic music to, I don't know, kind of harder rock. And a lot of it sounds like the 1967 sound, or 1967, 68, and 69 sound, but a lot of it doesn't really sound anything like it, but it's still good stuff. So that's worth checking out. I'm not even sure if this is still around. I got this several years ago, but Love Is the Song We Sing, really great set, and it's nice. It has this informative thick book with lots of info about the tracks and the bands and the songs, and a lot of great pictures. So check that out. We will move on to the second album, which anyone who watches my video knows I'm not a huge fan of music from the last 30 years, with very, very few exceptions. But one album from the last 30 years or so that I think is a really great album, Bright Lights and Other Revelations by Eels. And funny thing is, the rest of their records I've heard and I'm not a huge fan of, but I do love this album. So this only came out on CD until they released this limited edition box set on vinyl. So there's the box, and there's the back of the box, and it is signed by E, who is the Eels is basically one guy, and he just uses backup musicians on different albums. They're not a real band per se. This is numbered. I've got number 1732 out of, I think there were, I don't remember, I want to say 4,000 of these made, but I can't recall. So there's the box that came in, and I love the cover. That's one of my favorite album covers too. It's just a great album cover. So yeah, and then you get the vinyl records, which have a different cover from the girl with the dog there. And there's your, I don't know if that's going to show up, the actual record. So you get the, it's on 2 records, is that right? It's on 3 records. There's another record 2, because it was a double CD, or I think it was a double CD. And so there's the 3rd record. I've got the record in front of the cover. And you get a live album, Eels with Strings, from Manchester in 2005, which did not come with the CD. This is, I think, only released with this box set, unless they released it later by itself. I'm not sure, but I think it's exclusive to the box set. And also in the box set, you get this cool little book. There's a dog again. It's the title of the album. Nothing on the back. But the book has some of these cool old-timey pictures. And it's got the lyrics to all the songs in there. And throughout the book are some more, if I can find them. That's not a very good one. There was a better one in here. Yeah, there's some more of the old-timey pictures. So all the lyrics to the songs. If you don't know who the Eels are, that's a great album. If you're not a huge fan of your interest in music, like me, basically stops around 1985 or so, check that out. You probably like it. It's a really good album. And last but least, should have got this down before. Being that it's February and almost March, figure this is a great time to show Christmas albums. So, but it's because the packaging is so great that I went with this. And it's snowing outside, and it's 24 degrees, so I guess it's sort of apropos. This is Sufjan Stevens' Silver and Gold Christmas album set that he put out about 3 years ago. He has an earlier Christmas album set that I forgot the name of that only came out on CD. That is, I don't know, hold on. That is called Songs for Christmas, which I've shown before on my Christmas music videos. And basically what these were, he made, if you know Sufjan Sufjan Stevens, and I'm sure I'm not saying his name right, but he makes these very eclectic albums and some pretty good stuff, some of them. And for Christmas, for friends of his and family members, he, starting back in like 2001, I think was the first one here, he would make these little CDRs of Christmas songs for just his friends and family. And some of them were the traditional songs that O Come Emmanuel and Jingle Bells and stuff, and some of them were songs that he wrote and made up. And he would just give them out to family members and friends, and they weren't official releases. And several of his friends or family members said, hey, that's pretty good, you should release this stuff. So after about 5 Christmases of doing that, he released them in this set, and never came out on vinyl, but just a CD set. This is very good stuff, worth picking up. There's some, probably like 40 or 50 songs on this set, and not everything is great, but there's enough great stuff here that makes it worth the time to buy. And this set has a lot of little stickers and posters and stuff like that in addition to the CDs. This set came out after, and this covers the years 2007 to 2010, something like that. But and it also came out on CD, of course. But you get the albums and with these funny covers, and there are 5 albums in this set. You get this big old thick book of, I'm not showing that very well, all this weird stuff, and lots of liner notes and so forth. And I guess that's a picture of Stevens when he was a little kid. You get this, which is the download card. You get a piece of silver mylar, because why not? You get stickers, also because why not? You get this thing, which probably can't see, but it has lines on it and so forth, and instructions on how you fold it together and you make a little Christmas star snowflake ornament thing. You get this strange poster in black and white. You get this very odd and disturbing coloring book, sort of the Psycho Santa coloring book. And by the way, in the first set, the CD set, there's a great story that Stevens writes about Christmas when he was a kid, and some tube socks that accidentally got thrown in the fire because he had a fight with his brother and filled the house with acrid smoke, and the whole family had to vacate the house, and it was 5 degrees and 8 feet of snow. And it's actually funny and very touching Christmas memory story all at once. Really well written and worth reading. And here you have the songs with the, if you want to play them on guitar and so forth and so forth. And then you get, that's it. There's the back of the box. Really cool set with a whole bunch of odds and ends and fun stuff in it. And so that is that. So there's 3 things of mine that I think have pretty swell packaging. And congratulations on your first contest, Bea. And hope you get a lot of entries, hope you get a lot of subscriptions. And been watching some of your videos, like I said, fun stuff. Like that you had Los Angeles by X in one of the videos there. Great album that kind of gets forgotten, or kind of has been forgotten, but worth worth remembering. Have a good day, everybody.